broadcasting. So that concept should be kept in mind. Switch is actually, it provides some kind of intelligence to it. Okay, it adds some kind of intelligence. So switch, what it checks is there is actually a MAC ID unique to based on the device, unique to every device. A MAC ID will be there. So based on IP address or MAC address, the message it gets over the switch, it will be delivered to only the particular machine where the MAC ID or the IP address of the machine, of the destined machine, is matching with the IP details available in the packet. Normally, that is how the letters are delivered, right? The letter will have a destination address, and that will be compared against the place where we are going to drop it, right? So same thing. It does, or it acts actually intelligently. It checks. It will deliver the message only to the intended recipient by checking the IP address or the MAC ID. So machine A, if a message is sent meant only for computer C, the same message is not sent for A or B, because the MAC address available in the packet is not matching as that matching with computer A or computer B's MAC address. It is just matching with the MAC address of computer C. So like that, machines will be identified intelligently, and then the data will be sent. Okay, so that is how the switch works. So based on that, passive and active sniffing is there. So passive sniffing means intercepting packages transmitted over network that uses a hub. Okay, so it is called actually passive sniffing because it is difficult to detect, because the data has been broadcast to all the computers, right? And it is easy to sniff it because from any one machine we can do the sniffing, right? If it is a hub, data can be captured from this point, or this point, because the data will be reaching all the computers. All right, so that is called a passive sniffing. It is easy to perform as the hub sends broadcast message to all the computers on the network. Active sniffing means same concept, intercepting packages transmitted over a network that uses a switch. Okay, so in the case of switch, it is not easy to capture the packet because data will be sent or message will be sent only to the destined machine. Okay, so there are different methods used to sniff switch linked networks like ARP poisoning and MAC flooding, etc. So we are not actually moving to that. Okay, how to do active sniffing? We'll do a kind of sniffing. We'll see how to capture the intercept and how to capture the packets. Okay, so I'm taking you to, first I will take you to NESA software, which is being developed by CDAC itself. Okay, so I'll take you to NESA software. NESA is actually network and session analysis software. Okay, so I will take you to NESA. So this is actually the tool which is called NESA, Network Session Analyzer. Okay, NESA software. So here it is a session analyzer. So we work with some sample packets, and we'll see how it can be analyzed, how data can be captured how data can be analyzed. Okay, that's what we are going to check. Hope you are able to see this NESA window. Is that okay? So here what we do is, so here we have different options. File. Okay, we have tools option, we have go, view, or help. So tools options, actually settings are there. We can do the settings. That is, we can go for, but we can implement a coloring scheme for different protocols, so that when the packets are seen, we can identify, okay, these are similar protocol. These packets are transmitted over HTTP or SNTP or POP3, like that. Okay, we can do the color settings and we can apply it. So that is one type of settings. So normally if you want to capture, I will do the actually this is an evaluation version. So packet capturing may not be as effective as done with original version. So I have Wireshark with me, using which we'll do the packet capturing. Okay. So capture option is here. Capture with the capture option. See here it shows you. Are you able to see the window? I'll just zoom it for you. Give me a moment. So, okay, hope you are able to see this particular window. So first option here is to select the interface. What is the interface? The interface using which your system is connected to the internet. Only if network is involved, communication will happen and data can be captured, right? So this will give you all the interfaces that are connected with this particular machine. Okay, so interface info will show you set of interfaces using which by which the machine is connected, okay, at different times. Okay, so we have set of interface details, and when we scroll through this we have to check, see, bytes in, bytes out. Okay, so we need to select that particular interface which has data communication live. Okay, so here data bytes are taken in, bytes are gone out. So some kind of data communication is happening, as you are able to see this. Okay, so we need to select that particular interface which is actually active right now. Okay, is that okay? So this is how you select the interface. Okay, so if you want, you can just every interface has a universal ID. So it is something like 38E80 something. If you want to just, if you want to remember it. Okay, so we need to select this. Okay, and after selecting it, we close. We have to select the corresponding interface, and I close it. Okay, so the interface has been selected. Okay, then as you may see here, what is this? Capture packets in promiscuous mode. Capturing packets in promiscuous mode, as I already told you, we need to capture all the data that are transmitted over all the type of networks. Okay, there will be plenty of vendor specific network. There will be different what you say, network service provider, different network service provider. So I want to capture all the packet that are coming to my machine. I don't want to do any filtration. Normally that filtration will be happening at OS level, right? As I told you, if promiscuous mode is not enabled, only that particular data packets which are destined at this machine will be delivered here. Okay, so I can say capture packets in promiscuous mode, it should be enabled. Then we can go for capture, where to store the capture file, and we can go for start capture. This is how data is captured using NESA, but I will do better effective way is to capture the data packets using Wireshark. So, okay, so I'm leaving data packets capturing to Wireshark in a moment. Okay, so that's it. So next what I'm going to do is I'll just show you one example of how to analyze, do the analysis. Okay, so I will open some dump files whereby already captured packets are available. Okay, captured packets are available. So just give me a moment.
ठीक आधा काट देना, 1 बजे लगा देना, और ये अखबार में रहने देना.
So I'm going to take let me just open the files. Okay. Open. Okay, are you able to see the NESA screen? Hope you can see this screen, right? So this is a software for analyzing network session. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I have a captured packet already. Okay, a packet which is already captured. I'm going to do the analysis on the packets captured using the tool developed by CTAC. Okay, so this is so I have actually three files, three dump files, which we call it as Rhino Analyze, Rhino, Rhino 2, and Rhino 3. Three dump files I have already opened. So it shows, as you can see, it shows a huge list of IP address. Okay, so these IP address were a part of the network from where the data has been captured. Understood? All these IP address may not be communication may not have happened, or these IPs machines with these IPs may not have taken part in communication. That's not compulsory, but in the network from where the data has been captured, these IPs were involved. Okay, so you can see a huge list of IPs here. So first of all, what we have to do is remove all the IPs, okay, which has not taken part in the communication. We don't want those kind of IPs, right? We need those IPs only which had made some data communication. Okay, so that is called, so that's what the first procedure. So we select all these, and there is a option called tool. Can you see that? Tools. Okay, in tools, there is an option called build all. Build all. Okay, so we go for this option, so you can see rebuilding session. Okay, so the purpose of this option is um, to remove all the IPs which are not relevant, which have not taken part in any communication. Okay, so it might take a few seconds, and you can see that number of IPs will get reduced because only those IPs which using which the communication has done will be listed. Yeah. So let us see. So these are when we 1 second, 1 second. Let it get finished. So let it continue. So you can see three windows here. This is called the rebuild window. Rebuild window will list out all the IPs, entire IPs that were retrieved from these packets. Okay, retrieved from these packets. See, now now if you check it, you can see that these are the set of IPs which were involved. Okay, a lot many IPs were actually reduced. Okay, these are the set of values we have now. Okay, so many IPs have gone remote, which means that only these set of IPs are involved in communication. Okay, so we are going to, so this is a rebuild window, which will show you all the list of IPs. And this top right window, this will show you what communication or all the communication that has happened from this particular IP. Okay, from this IP or to this IP, all the communication will be shown here. Okay, so whatever communication, maybe whatever packets have been come from this will be shown. Okay, so that is this window, and this window is this will show you if any other what actually, this is packet wise detail, and this is the analysis window, which means that this will give you what data exactly has been communicated. Okay, or what is the meaning of that packet. Okay, so we are going to check it in detail. So tools build all, we give that, then go for update. So when we give update, all the packets destined for all the packet wise details, okay, of all the IPs will be shown here. So there are totally, I think, 227 packets. Okay, 227 packets across all these IPs are there. And do you see different packets with different colors? Just to identify the protocol. Okay, what were the color given there? Let us just see the settings. This peach color actually it indicates HTTP communication, and the pink one SNTP, blue one POP, and FTP, the gray. Okay, see. Okay, this is POP communication, FTP communication, right? Okay, so that's it. So this will show you all the packets. Now seeing this, do we understand anything? No, obviously no, right? So we are going to check, let us see what is the data available in it and what is the role of NESA. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I can do search mechanisms. Okay, in tools, there is an option called search. So this is actually, if I want to see, this is related to some details that has been sent over the network related to the Rhino. So if I want to get any Rhino details, I can go for string search here. Okay, search, it is taken from tools. You can go for search, and I have given Rhino here. Okay, and I'm going to add this as a keyword, and I would go for close. Okay, so what happens is this. So here one more thing, I need to select all, I need to update bottom use. Okay. Okay, so you can see that when if I go for this, some details are displayed here. If I change the packet of selection, the data gets updated. Okay, so per packet, the details are listed in the right bottom window. Okay, so let us see what is the meaning of all those things. So I want to see if any images are available. Okay, I can see, I can go for thumbnails. Thumbnails will give you the details of all the images that were a part of all this communication. What all images were sent between different machines in this network. Okay, so from the data packets captured, this is the packet, and this will show you all the images, thumbnails of the images that were sent across the, see here Rhino images. Okay, so you can see that this thumbnail view will give you all kind of image data, that is all kind of images that has been sent across different machines. This is simply a demonstration purpose. This can be any kind of images. So if you want to check for any kind of child abuse images or any kind of anti-social activities, capture the packet, check for the thumbnail, so you'll get an overview of different kinds of images. And if you want to create a report, just right click this and add to report you give. So this will be added to the report. You can see the report and you can see the details of this particular image. Okay, so that is how you go for thumbnail. File Explorer is there. File Explorer will give you again file name details. Okay, then that is called File Explorer. Okay, and if you want to know any file transfer protocol, any communication has been done based on file transfer protocol. What is that? FTP, right? FTP port number is actually 21. So what you can do is you can sort it based on destination port. You can sort it. So I am going to check if there is any communication using FTP, that is 21, port number 21, right? So there are, just check the protocol. There are three data packets. There are three messages that's been sent over FTP, file transfer protocol. But just by checking the port number, you are able to categorize it or filter it. Okay. So when you check these three FTP based communication, you can see that, okay, there is a files being sent. Okay, contraband.zip. So if you come across any kind of such attachment, just right click this and export file, and you can save it on your desktop. Okay, and you can open it later. So you are able to extract a file from these data packets. Hope you are following the session. So if you want to know any telnet communication, telnet is actually message communication protocol. Okay, telnet. So two different remote machines. Suppose you have a router. If you want to machine communicate with the router, what you can do is you can install a telnet machine. It's a black screen where you can keep sending messages. It's a software. Okay, so telnet protocol, if you have made any communication over see, now we have WhatsApp or Facebook chat, right, to communicate over, but system to system communication or router to system communication is happening through telnet. Okay, telnet protocol. So it's a message chatting, it's used for chatting. Okay, so chatting means normally in network context. Okay, So 23 is the port number it makes use of. And if you want to know, like any chat has been used by different persons in the crime, you can use, just check whether port number 23 is involved. If it is there, just analyze each packet one by one. Okay, each packet one by one. Or you can just go for hex view. So you can see here some username, password details are there. See here, genome, username, password. Okay, so telnet, from telnet you are able to retrieve username and password. Genome is the user, password is wrong here. I don't know if you're able to see that actually. See here, username and password. Okay, so yeah, you can check where, so from this you can access the username login details of the culprits. Maybe or may not be culprit, right? The suspected ones. So that is how you analyze each packet. Okay, and then there is a possibility that you can send data as an attachment or as a zip file, or you can also send it as you see, 1 second, give me a moment. Mail viewer X view. Okay. So this, you can analyze this and we'll come to know like what kind of data packets have been sent. Okay. So there is one more way to send. So this is how you analyze the packet. So as the time gets over, what I would like to do is I will show you how to work with data. Actually, I want to tell more on this, but as we are running short of time, I'll go through Wireshark to show you how data capturing can be done. Okay, so I'm going to take you Wireshark application. Wireshark. Okay, so I'll share you the screen. Give me a moment. I'll take you to Wireshark application. Hope you are able to see this, the Wireshark page.
एक इंटीमेशन का लेटर मतलब ये आप लेना चाहते हैं, ये हम 5 तारीख में आपका ले लेंगे, ठीक है, और एक आज की तारीख में फाइनली बना.
Okay, so this is Wireshark is actually a network analyzer tool. Okay, this is, you can sniff the packet, you can analyze the packet, everything can be done through Wireshark tool. So I'm not talking so much about it. Let us see how to capture it. So first thing is that this is proprietary software. We need to download free software. You can download it and install it in your machine like normal application. And this will show you when in the home page, it will show you when you open the Wireshark, it shows you an option called capture. Okay, and when capture, it shows you the you can go for how many interfaces are connected. Okay, the same we have seen with the NESA, right? How many interfaces are connected and all the interface details will be shown here. So what I have done is I want to capture all the data packets. So I will select all the network connections. Okay, I have chosen all the interfaces. Okay, so next I'm going to capture the packet. So to capture the packets, we have an option called capture here. Okay, capture here. So I'm going to start capturing. Okay, here it is start. Okay, so after you go for start capturing actions, you have to make some communication. Okay, so here what I'm going to is there is an application called DVWA, which is actually installed for vulnerability analysis. Or you may not be able to see the window now, right? Give me a moment. I'll just take you to the browser. Okay. This is the page. This is a web application. DVWA. This is actually the purpose of this application for study purpose. Okay, so I'm going to log into this application called DVWA, where the username is admin and password is. I'm not going to tell you. You can find it out from the capture data. Okay, I'm going to. This is actually intercepting. Okay, so you have logged into that. Device has been removed. 1 second. Give me a moment. Data capture. Let me check it again. Log out. Give me a moment. Okay. I'll just stop it for the time being and I'll start it again. 1 minute. Continue without saving. So as of now, you'll be able to, you may be seeing the screen, right? DVWA. Admin is the username and the password is password itself. Okay, so I'm trying to log in. Let me see if it's been captured. I'm going to stop this. There, it shows that there is a bug in that. 1 second. Stop sharing. Wireshark. Interfaces. This is the interface for Wireshark. So just give me a moment. I'm just starting the Wireshark again. Actually, it was working and just take you to Wireshark again. Okay, so this is using Wireshark. We should be able to capture the packets. Capture Wireshark. Okay, this is the home page of it. And I'm selecting, I'll go for Ethernet. Capture. Okay, go to capture. We go for start. Then I will communicate with the DVWA. Password. So here we have a filter. We can go for HTTP protocol based packets only. You can go for that. Okay, so I have done a filtering. Okay, I need to check only HTTP based protocol. Okay, HTTP based protocol alone I want to capture. And here if you want to get any, any kind of login details, we just need to just go to this info tab. Hope you are able to see that. Okay, info tab. Here if you monitor it, so I have applied a filter here, HTTP protocols alone. Okay, there are different patterns of applying filter. So I have taken HTTP protocol, and in this, we need to go for any post-based application. Post, get HTTP, get post. So post means you are posting some data. You are sending some data. So in any login case, we need to send some data. What kind of data? Login details, username and password, right? So I would take this particular data or communication where post is done. So it is a login page, right? So what I would do is, so I can see an option here, URL encoded form, HTML form URL encoded. So here normally for HTML forms, there will be some data embedded in that. So when you expand it, you can easily see form item is username, its username is admin, form item is password, its item is password, form item is login, and the just login only, login button. Okay, so this application can capture the packet and can give you the details in plain English text, right? So this is how you capture the packet, and simple analysis here. We are not doing any type of complicated analysis. Okay, so this is how you capture the packet using Wireshark. You can, there are different kinds of filters available here. You can go for, if you want to go for TCP based communication, you can go for TCP based communication. So this will show you only TCP based communication. If you want to go for any HTTP communication, which we have done now, you can do that, easily do that. Okay, so this is what. So I'll take you to another website, which is called Tech Panda. Okay, Tech Panda site. This is another application for designed for study purpose. Okay, so always capturing packets should be done with legal permission only. Okay, so this is done for actually study purpose. Admin, whether it is working now, google.com, and password is password. Let me check if it's been captured here. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't go for. Give me a moment. Let me turn on capture mode. Save without exit without saving. Tech Panda. So actually, hope you're able to see the browser, right? I'm providing the username admin@google.com and password. Submit. So when submitted, you can see that login is not actually. Can you see the browser now? So when I provided the username and password details, if you can see the browser, actually it is not taken to the website. Okay, it's not taken to the website. It's just gets stuck there. So here, in the case of, say, so that's how you capture the packets with what you say Wireshark. Okay, so admin@google.com is the username, that is the password. This is how you capture the packets. Okay, so connection was interrupted. Network issue. Let me check. I think there is some problem with the network in between. Okay. So it's not been captured. Current filter. I think there is some problem with the network. because it's not getting connected. Anyway, whatever I have shown you with DVWA, that is the same thing is happening here also. Admin at google.com. Password. Now let me check it over here. Stop. Okay, I think some kind of interruption is happening with the network. Okay, the same thing. I want to show you another website, that's all. But the same process is same with capturing the packets. Okay, so which we have already done with DVWA page. Okay, so this is how you capture the packet and how to do the analysis we have seen with the NESA. So that's all related to the topic. We have seen how to capture the packet and how to analyze the packet. So that's all from my side. If you have any queries, sir, please. Hello. Any queries? Actually, I cannot hear you. Is anyone talking? Okay, okay.
I think we are at the end of this session, and if there is any question anybody wants to ask, कोई भी अगर कोई question पूछना चाहते हैं तो you are most welcome to ask any question. The topic was a little on the tougher side क्योंकि network के अंदर हम कैसे data ढूंढ सकते हैं उसके बारे में एक demonstration आपको दिया गया जो कि मैडम पी के सुरजा ने दिया और इसको और बेसिक्स लेवल से भी इस इशू को अगर समझने की कोशिश करें तो इट शुड टेक अ लॉन्ग टाइम, लेकिन इट वाज आपके लिए एक मौका था इसमें कि हम लोग एक आपको ये दिखाना चाह रहे थे कि नेटवर्क फॉरेंसिक्स को किस तरह से किया जाता है और कैसे इसमें प्रैक्टिकली हम डेटा ढूंढ सकते हैं, निकाल सकते हैं और क्या टूल्स इसमें हैं। तो बहरहाल आई होप कि आपको प्रेजेंटेशन अच्छा लगा होगा। फिर भी अगर कुछ लोग इसमें इस वक्त मैं देख रहा हूँ कि हमारे साथ जो लोग हैं वो कुछ इसमें अपने व्यूज रखेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा। रमेश जी कुछ बोलिए। माइक को अनम्यूट कर लीजिएगा। अनम्यूट कर लीजिएगा माइक को, अभी माइक आपका म्यूटेड है रमेश जी। हाँ अब आ रही है।
मैडम ने बहुत अच्छा बताया, लेकिन चूंकि हम लोगों का जो सेटअप है उसके हिसाब से अगर कुछ और जानकारियां जैसे हम लोगों से रिलेटेड वो मिल जाए तो ज्यादा अच्छा रहता है।
ओके जी, बिल्कुल आपके विचार अपने बिल्कुल सही हैं और इसको और डिटेल में कवर होना चाहिए था और भी कवर होगा। तो प्रकाश चंद्र मिश्रा जी कुछ आप कहना चाहेंगे? थोड़ा सा आपने पूरा वो आपका पूरा शक्ल नहीं दिखाई पड़ रही है, थोड़ा सा आपको कैमरा अगर एडजस्ट कर ले। हाँ बेहतर है। जी अनम्यूट कर लीजिए। अनम्यूट कर लीजिए अपने आप को। जी हाँ जी हाँ जी बोलिए। जी हाँ, हो सकता है कुछ कनेक्टिविटी का इशू है, शायद आप बोलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। Anyway, if anybody else wants to say something, you are most welcome. और ये हमारा वैसे सेशन लंच के पहले का खत्म हो गया है. We can start next session. We are going to start the next session at 2:30 p.m. तो 2:30 p.m. पर अब नेक्स्ट सेशन शुरू करेंगे. आप लोग हमारे साथ ज्वाइन करिएगा 2:30 पर फॉर द नेक्स्ट सेशन ऑफ दिस वेबिनार. तो आप लोग सब लोग अपना लंच कर लीजिए. And I would like to thank Madam P.K. Surja for having delivered this session for us at a short notice. And thank you very much for communicating with our participant a very important and technical topic related to network forensics. So we continue with the webinar. Because half of the webinar is now over and half is still left. So we have afternoon sessions today, 2 sessions. And thereafter we have very interesting sessions again tomorrow also. So please be with us and hopefully we'll be increasing our knowledge as we move forward. So happy lunch or enjoy your lunch and be back by 2:15 p.m. so that we can start the next session at 2:30. And once again thanking you all also, all the participants, as well as I would like to thank Madam Surja for having delivered this topic.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the nice words, and thank you all for the participants patiently listening to the topics. So due to this short time, I could cover only. Actually, this should have been covered from the basics, but we have only a short period of time. But always your doubts are welcome. Please do contact for any case of doubt, in case of any doubts also. So thank you very much. Thank you again for all your support and patience. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Yeah, and I would like to add that any time आपको जब आप किसी एक्शन में जाते हैं वहाँ पर नेटवर्क से कोई दिक्कत हो रही है, नेटवर्क से डेटा निकालने में, you can always call Madam Surja. She will be very happy to help you out on phone. So
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, and I will be communicating the numbers also to all of you. और आपके मेल पे और व्हाट्सएप पे और क्या कहते हैं फोन पे SMS के रूप में हमें इंफॉर्मेशन दे देंगे और दक्ष पर भी लोड करेंगे. तो दक्ष पे जो मटेरियल है उसको आप इस कोर्स के खत्म होने के बाद देख पाएंगे और आपके सर्टिफिकेट्स भी आपको दक्ष पे मिलेंगे. वो हम लोग कल शाम के बाद अपलोड करेंगे. तो हमारे साथ बने रहिए. And let's meet again at 2:15 p.m. for the next session, which will start at 2:30 p.m. Thank you so much.